So obviously you're back in the ring on the 3rd of September down here in Limerick, so you must be looking forward to that.
Yeah, really. Like, I mean, ever since that last fight I had with Regan Dore, like, you know, it was a first round knockout, and I was just so eager to get back into the ring, to get over it, to get out of it. You know, I've been back in training a week after the fight, 3 days after the fight. You know, I was out doing a bit of running. I'm still tipping away. I feel that I'm still in good shape, apart from being out now last night. But I'm still in good shape, and hopefully now that, look, Limerick, like, if I get half of a crowd that I got in City West, that crowd was huge. The atmosphere was mad. It was, you know what I mean? It was electrifying, and hopefully now that I'll have the same kind of atmosphere come the 3rd of September in Limerick City. And
I suppose, Willie, you've spoke at length to me on a number of occasions about your passion for your community and, you know, the people of Limerick, and even as we see here today in your house in O'Malley Park. Is the buzz starting to spread again? Big bangers back?
Yeah, definitely. No, I'll be honest with you, I don't think they ever lost it, to be honest with you. They always kept that atmosphere, that thing there with them. They kept everything, the support. They kept everything there, the joy and everything. They said a fight is a fight, you'll come back stronger again. No one has ever told me, like, you know, that what happens, like, you know what I mean. No one has ever told me, said you have enough, you should give it up. Everyone is fully supported, and I mean, the only thing they keep asking me is, when am I fighting again? When am I fighting again? Where am I fighting again? And I'm glad now that I can tell everyone I'm going fighting on the 3rd of September in the LIT in Limerick City.
And is there any word of an opponent yet, Willie?
Well, we're looking at a couple of opponents. One or two guys turned it down already, so hopefully we'll have an opponent mentioned within the next week.
There's talk, as far as I know, it hasn't been kind of signed yet, but there's talk of Carl Frampton fighting Kiko Martinez for the European title. Gary Hyde, in an interview with greenjab.ie 2 days ago, says that his plan for you was 3 fights before Christmas, then a shot at the European title after Christmas. So there is a chance that whether it's Kiko or Frampton if they fight, you know, that it'll be one of them that you'll be looking to fight in the new year.
Well, definitely, like, you know, Gary has big plans, like, you know, Gary is like, I mean, Gary knows, like, you know, the big fights are out there at European level, and he knows the division that's out there now. He knows how good the division is out there. He knows that there's big fights out there. Carl and Kiko is going to be a good fight, and I tell you, it'll be even a bigger fight for me fighting the winner, and I will be going after one of them one way or the other. If Carl Frampton wins that belt, you can be sure that I'll be knocking on his door, and he won't have to call me out anymore, like, you know. I'll be knocking on his door, like, you know. And it's the same with Kiko. Look, either way, whichever one of them win it, whichever one of them ends up with it, whoever ends up with it by the time I come next year, if that's what Gary says, that's what we'll be knocking at. Yeah. Look, boxing is boxing. There's no you never know what way it can go. You can be fighting for the European title tomorrow, the next day you're fighting for a world title, like, you know. So look, European level is always European title is always an option, and it's always going to be there. And as I said, 3 fights under my belt now between now and Christmas, and I'll be knocking on doors for that belt again, like, you know.
And if you were to call, just if Carl and Kiko do come together, could you call a winner?
Would I pick a winner? I'm not sure. Carl obviously had the best boxing skills, but Kiko is a very experienced guy, a very, very experienced guy. Regardless of, like, you know, he's not the biggest punt or the biggest boxing technique or skill, but he's experienced, and experience counts for a lot in boxing. It stands for the big time. I'd like to see Cal win it. He's an Irishman, and I know Cal, I trained with him before and everything else. Of course I'd like to see Cal winning it, but it'll be a very, very tough fight to call.
Okay, Willie, so look, thanks very much for having us in your home today, and we'll stay in touch in any way as a fight comes
no
closer.
Anyway. Don't forget the 3rd of September in Limerick City, and Nowhere to Hide is the new promotional, so we'll see you there.
Thanks very much, bye bye.